Morning everyone, and welcome to the Putty Mod YouTube channel. Once again, here we are with a Honda S2000 differential AP1, and this thing's pretty rusty crusty looking. Surprisingly, this has already been at another shop for a rebuild, and they don't do the things that we do here, which is make these things at least clean at a minimum. I mean, this thing's just a mess, and yeah, not good at all. Really crusty. But anyway, we got a lot of damage in here. You can see that dust shield's mushroomed over. That means that whole carrier has been pushed around pretty badly. It's all locked up. LSD's locked up. Ring and pinion's locked up. You know, the input flange does not move. There's a lot of play in here going back and forth, so it means that the carrier journals are probably wallowed out. I'm going to have to do some serious repair work there. That was the note that came with it. But anyway, this thing's nasty. It's pretty bad. We're going to get it opened up, take a look inside and see what we have. So hang on, stand by. All right, we have the 10 bolts that hold the cover on out. This is the right side, passenger side stub axle. You can see how that's been mushroomed over, so I'll have to fix that dust shield. This is the driver's side, left side of the car. It's in good shape. The left side seal is destroyed, and part of the case is slightly damaged here. Not terrible, but you know, it needs repair. This side, it's okay. It's good actually, so don't figure. Anyway, drain bolt, I was just undoing that before I started the video. It's all full of schmeg and metal debris, so that's going to tell us things are not looking too good on the inside for sure, as the note had stated. But that is really tore up there. Not exactly sure how all that occurred, but it does not look good. But yeah, again, repairable, just more work, that's all. And I popped this cover loose. I haven't popped it off yet, but I got it popped off enough so I should be able to lift it for the video. And there, oh shit. Oh wow. Well, we're done. We're done. This is not repairable. Okay, there's a broken stud. In previous videos here on the page, you'll see that I have strongly advised against these things, and one of the reasons why is because these studs are, they're not up to the task of actually holding this rear end together. It's just, how do you freaking break a stud? I mean, unless it's really not a hardened stud. Obviously it is not. This is junk. And this is trash can. Oh, they're both busted. Both freaking studs are busted. And this was great. Just freaking great. There's part of your seal right there. The pinion's completely gone. All right, well, I guess we'll end this video a little earlier than I had anticipated or wanted. I really wanted to, have fun with repairing this thing, but I got to give this guy bad news, and he's not going to want to hear that, I'm sure. And I'm very saddened by this. This is terrible. I just reassembled this thing to kind of give you guys an idea how this happened, how this fail happened. If you can see, or as you can see, this bearing cap is split right down the middle, straight up and down. And the reason why that bearing cap is split like that, see the damage in that cover right there and right here? Those studs were bottoming out on the cover. When the cover went on, the cover was probably proud of this flange. In fact, I know it was proud of this flange. It wasn't sitting flush on top of this flange. And they drew the bolts down and drew the cover down onto this rear end, which was a real big no-no. That was the beginning of the end. These studs sit way too proud. See how high they sit? And then you look inside the cover and you see where they bottomed out here, here, and back there. On this end, you don't see it so much because it's past this part of the baffle, so you won't see it. So what happened was, there was so much pressure on this cover on top of these studs that once this thing started going down the road and this guy started shifting gears, the pressure between coming from the bottom and coming from the top snapped that cap right in the middle, split it straight down. Just like driving a wedge into a piece of wood, like you're splitting wood for a fire or something. And that's exactly what this stud did. It split that bearing cap just like that, like a piece of wood. And that's what happened. The cap broke off or gave way, and the rear end, you know, came out of alignment and then chewed up the pinion, destroyed the rear end. Now, that's how this happened. As I take this apart, snap the stud, 2 pieces of bearing cap, a couple broken teeth off the pinion that floated out of here as well. I'll remove the rest of the cap, broken stud. Look inside the bearing cap. You can see just a slight bit of damage there. Nothing really to talk about. You can see on this side how it skated over to the side when it split. The adjuster ring never moved. There's minimal damage on it, just again from when it failed and snapped, not from driver error, but by inferior parts in a piss poor setup. Never broke the bearing cup. There's no internal damage to the journal. So this was not a fail of a driver error or, you know, or something of that nature. This was a fail on workmanship and inferior parts. They didn't do this right. You can see, I mean, the installer, this person, whoever did this job, had to see that this cover was not sitting flush on the flange and said, something's not right here. No, they just drew that sucker right on down and sent it out the door. And this was destined for failure. There's just no way it was going to stay together. And this, in over 20 years, this is the first time I've ever had a bearing cap split like this, like a piece of wood that you're chopping for a fireplace or something. It split it just like that. Never, ever have I ever seen one ever split that way. I've seen them fail here at the radius. That's common. You know, this snap here at the radius, that's a common snap. But to see them split down the middle like this, nah. That's from upward pressure from too high of a stud sitting up in here. You should have stuck with the friggin' bolts. Just put a better bolt in this thing. You know, take the weaker grade 8, 9 that the factory puts in here. Put a 10.9 or a 12, a grade 12 with a structural washer underneath of it, and it sits no higher than just where you see that nut at. Having all this extended stud here, bad news, real bad news. And these studs are not good anyway because they just snap. This is like, I don't know, the 3rd or 4th set now, I think it is, that I've seen that have snapped. They're obviously either they're not hardened or not. Something's not right about these. Grade 3, grade 5, something like that. They're definitely not anywhere near a grade 8 or anything like that. When you see something that just snaps like that, and it's not like one time. Like I said, I got several of these in a drawer. As you've seen in previous videos of these snapped studs. Don't do this. Get a proper grade 10.9 or grade 12 bolt for the upgrade, or stick with the stock stuff. Don't mess with this. Well, that's it. I just wanted to show you guys, you know, what happened here, how it failed, or why it failed, and just, you know, beware, be careful. Don't do these things. You know, just my advice to you. Yeah, don't try to reinvent the wheel. The wheel works pretty damn good. This is shit. Thanks for watching. Please stay tuned. Tune in, make comments, have fun, and enjoy the rest of your day. We're ready for a hurricane here this weekend. It's coming through Florida. It doesn't look good for us. So we're going to be battening down the hatches, and I guess we'll put a new video up sometime next week, hopefully, if we are still here. Well, thanks for watching, and see ya.